What up, Wastelanders? Christopher here, Gaslands NorCal. Thanks for joining me once again for another conversion video. Now, I know it looks like I got a lot of stuff here, and you're probably thinking, what's he going to do? Like another multi-vehicle thing? It's like a bunch of different cars, and there's enough stuff here to arm a bus. Well, you're almost right. There's enough stuff to arm and armor a Winnebago. This is a 1991 Winnebago I've had for quite some time that we're going to armor up and turn into probably about a 75 can slime bus. At least that's how I'm going to spec it out as. So I've got all these armor and these weapons and everything else. They're going to get it all together here. I'm going to swap out the wheels just because they're Hot Wheels and I don't want to use those. But yeah, I'm not going to strip it. I'm just going to use some fine sandpaper and rough it up, and then start doing the grime and everything on there so everything will stick to it. But yeah, this is what we're doing today. Winnebago Warrior. Alright, now as that dries, I'm going to go ahead and start getting everything else kind of based in the black and stuff. Got the wheels from Angel of Combustion, all sorts of armor and everything, some new weapons and stuff. Like I said, I'm going to spec this one out as a slime bus. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with it. Gaslands is not WYSIWYG. Do whatever you want. But what I'm doing is I'm giving it rams all the way around. It's going to have a turreted mounted minigun, a smoke dropper in the rear, and that's a big ass smoke dropper, and then delicate touch, bigger than you, kind of round out some of the other cans. And I'm going to give it some extra armor and some nitro. With the 8 crew, it's just going to be a badass 75 can bus. So first of all, let's get all this primed up in black, and then we'll start dry brushing some silver stuff while the Winnebago dries, and then we'll start getting it all back together and doing some more weathering. So yeah, let's get this stuff done. Alright, we're all weathered up a little bit and got it all back together. Did a little bit of the detail work, the grill, the headlights and taillights and stuff. It's looking not too bad. It's getting there. It just doesn't look quite weathered enough to me yet before we get all the wheels and weapons and everything else going on. So I've got a bunch of water slide graffiti stuff I'm going to slap on there just because it looks like it needs it. So yeah, before we get it back together, let's put some graffiti on there, and then we'll see where we're at and see what we want to do next. So yeah, let's graffiti this baby up. Alright, looking much more weathered and wastelands. Got a lot of graffiti and stuff going on there. Put the front window covering on. I had to pivot a little bit on the wheels. The other ones just weren't working out. And that's one thing I've said before in my videos. If it's not going to work, feel free to go ahead and pivot. Don't try to force something and just get yourself all irritated trying to do a build. Just, make something else work. Anything's going to be bit on there better than trying to force it. So we got all these things painted up and ready to go. So we're going to start getting this thing all back together. Get the wheels and stuff on there. The rams are going to be looking pretty good. Got these other pieces that are going to be used for my side ram, since it is slime and there's not going to be any cost for additional rams. So yeah, let's start getting it all back together, and then we'll do some more rusting and weathering and stuff, and we'll see where we're at, and then yeah, things will be good to go. Let's do it. Alright, so we're all together, and all the bits and pieces and weapons and wheels and everything are on there. You even added some skulls up front. It was just looking a little vacant. Oh, where are you at? So, had to do that just to make it a little more Gaslands. You can see that. There, we get them focus. Whatever. Alright, anyway, trust me, they're there. So next we're going to move on to do more of the rusting and stuff, and I'm going to do a little bit of a bunch of different methods. I'm going to start off doing some of the typhus corrosion around the edges, just to add a little more rust factor and grime and everything. We're going to let that dry, and then we're going to dust it with the dry brush rust from MIG. that does a lot of really cool stuff. I really like how that turns out. Next, we're going to be moving on, doing a little bit of the Vallejo stuff. Not a whole lot. It's a really different color of rust, so just doing a little bit around the edges. Then finally going to finish up with some of the Vallejo pigment. Probably going to squirt on some of the magic hairspray solution on there. It's just hairspray, it's not magic. And then dust it on there and let it dry. And yeah, then we'll see where we're at. But overall, yeah, talk about a badass Winnebago Warrior for the Wastelands. I really like the alliteration, and I'll try to do more of it. That wasn't very alliterative, but anyway, yeah, let's get this thing rusted up and ready for the Wastelands. It's looking good. Alright, and there we have it. One 1991 Winnebago, all rusted up and weathered and ready for the Wastelands. Like I said, I built this one out, I spec'd it out as a 75 can bus with a slime sponsorship. It's got the rams on the front, the back, and the rear, or the front, the back, the sides, turreted minigun, smoke dropper, a big ass smoke dropper on the back. It's got armor plating. I put a nitro booster on there. Delicate touch, bigger than you. So 75 cans, 8 crew, only 2 handling, 3 max gear, just like a regular bus. But yeah, would definitely do some damage on any battlefield. So this would be an awesome one to run. If you enjoyed this video, you learned something, do me a favor, hit that like button. My goal is to do weekly videos, whether they're vehicle builds, terrain builds, whatever. So if that's for you, please hit the sub button below and ring the bell to get notified when new content drops. I do sell all my builds pretty inexpensively on my Etsy page, so if you want to pick something up, see what else I've done, you can even request a custom build. Until next time, keep your foot on the gas and your finger on the trigger. Gaslands NorCal, signing out.
Ha 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 ha!